Hello amazing person watching this video. If you are new to this channel, thank you for coming. My name is Anne. If you are not new to this channel, thanks for coming back. I really appreciate you. So today I'm going to be telling you guys the crazy story of how I was performing. As some of you know, I'm a musician. Go check out my last, well, not my last video, but one of my last videos where I let random generators choose my songs and how I wrote them. But today I'm going to be saying I was performing on stage in front of a very big crowd of people when this woman just randomly came up and started singing the wrong lyrics of my song. So yeah, if you guys want to figure out what happens in this story, keep on watching. Go ahead and thumbs up if you guys enjoy this, and let's go.
Far away from the city lights, so small under the night sky. It's just us two, but I don't mind. You could never wear me out.
Before I get into the details about the story, I just wanted to say I don't want to throw any hate or shade towards the woman. I'm pretty sure she was trying to help me, but in the end she did not help me or the other musicians that were with me on the stage at the time. So I decided that 2020 was going to be a big year for my music. And I had shows planned out. I knew what I wanted to do. I knew what instruments I wanted to learn, what songs I wanted to write. I knew everything that I wanted to do for 2020. And that started with going into 2020 on stage, playing a song. So by being on stage and playing a song, that meant doing my first ever blues jam, meaning the first time I've ever performed a blues song and the first time I've ever played with a band. So this is an entirely new experience for me. Before the show, I was drinking pops that had caffeine in them, and I was eating sweets and candy, and that probably was not good for me, especially being very jittery and very nervous. So I suggest not doing that before going in front of a big crowd. During my waiting time, I kept on looking up to my grandparents and I was like, I am terrified. And they just kept on saying, just go backstage, you'll be fine. And I trust them, they've always been my big supporters, so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do fine. I've done this before. I have played in front of hundreds of people before. I will be fine. So I go up on stage and I'm put in the front, surrounded by people that I don't know, and my dad is put in the back. This is what really gets me here. I was so incredibly nervous at this point. I was shaking, I couldn't control myself, and I was told that my dad was going to be put next to me. My dad is the guitarist, one of them. So I am just, okay, I can do this. I asked my neighbor, who is also a very big helper in music. He's in a band with my dad. It's really awesome. I asked him to help me come in because I'm not very good at that. I don't really know when to come in unless it's my own song. So he does, he helps me. And then the harmonica player, who's right next to me, he kind of starts singing a different version of the song. So I just kind of try to sing along with him. I'm like, okay, I can do this, I can handle myself. I am so nervous at this point that I'm not exactly singing very loudly, but I was getting there. We go through the first song. It's pretty good, not really my best show, but I decide I'm gonna play my next song. I didn't want to play this other song because I thought that I wasn't as comfortable with it, but after playing the first song, I realized the second song really was my more comfortable choice. So at this point, I start to play. My neighbor doesn't really help me come in, but the bass player, who is also close family friend, he kind of helps me out, and I'm doing pretty good, but then I lose track. There's solos and everything that I didn't really think of before and that I hadn't had to deal with playing by myself. So I'm just kind of trying to come through. I try to get myself back on track, but I crash and burn and I lose my place again. People in the crowd start kind of cheering. They're like, come on, you can do this, you can do this. And then I feel a hand on my back and I'm like, my dad's next to me, I'm fine, I got this. and I turn and it is this woman that I do not know. I had seen her in the crowd earlier and I was like, what's going on now? She starts singing these lyrics and I'm like, okay, this is just a different version of the song, right? No, it was not a different version of the song. She starts singing completely different lyrics that I had never heard before, and I'm trying to figure out what's going on. And then she starts kind of showing off a little bit. She starts like doing some little oohs, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. And I'm kind of looking around the stage, asking the other musicians what's going on. They're trying to keep up with her, and I have no idea what to do at this point. So I just kind of stopped singing. I'm just kind of like sitting there like, sing it, yeah, you go. And finally, I see the bass player lean over to her. He whispers something in her ear, and she goes, I don't have my glasses, I need to go. Her glasses were on, so I knew the bass player said something to get her off the stage. The bass player comes right up to me. They get my dad over to me, so I've got two people that are close to me standing right next to me, and then my neighbor comes over and he stands and starts singing with me. They get me back on track, and this is when I really show what I'm capable of, and this is when I really started singing and started showing off a little bit, and the show ended up being my dream show at the end because I got to do the little blues run at the end, and I was so incredibly happy. So I'm going to put in a clip here that shows the little ending, that what happened eventually. I think my neighbor did end up like going off into the background or something after a little while, but we did pull through and it was really fun. I wanted to do a little information that I got on the woman who came up. She was an ex-nun who quit her position as a nun to become a street preacher to homeless kids. I guess my brother had known her because she would come into the coffee shop that he works at, and she would order things, and I guess she talked a lot and said some really strange things a lot. I guess she was just a very strange person in general. So it wasn't exactly the perfect moment for her to come up and try to help out. So I guess she is very well known around my hometown for being a little different and a little special. Let's say that. I guess she is not exactly your most normal person. So yeah. Well guys, thank you so much for watching this video. That was a very crazy time of my life, and I really wish that 2020 could have been better so far for my music, but I am hoping it's going to get better after this whole coronavirus break and quarantine happens. Like, if you guys enjoyed this story, it was pretty crazy, and I still can't believe that it actually happened. Go ahead and subscribe if you guys want to see more videos like this. I have a crazy life and would love to share all of my stories with you guys. And comment down below if you guys have ever had anything like this happen before. See ya.